You are now locked in to the latest and the greatest on the Android system. This is the channel that gives you information every day in every way possible. Now make sure you hit the like button on your way in and subscribe for more videos. Go ahead, hit the bell as well. Check out the full catalog that I made just for you. And I'll see you right after this. Peace.
Oh, what's up, guys? Come outside with me while we take a walk and review the Stylo 4. I'll take you guys with me. Come on.
The LG Stylo 4 is a phone that came out in 2018 on June 18th. A lot of the time you would see a $29 port over special, but it actually retails at $179 with a 6.2 inch display and full HD 1080 by 2160 with 390 pixels per inch. Now the beautiful build, which was considered to be 2.5 curved glass and metal edges, was quite smooth in the hardware department. Now multitasking wasn't too much, was quite average, but it didn't actually let me down in any way possible. I was getting from app to app and I didn't have anything to complain about whatsoever. So if I was using that notification fingerprint, I can get to my notification on the back and multitask with several different apps with the multitask button, and there wasn't any lag or any slowdown. As you could see, social media was quite a breeze when multitasking from app to app. So the experience day to day and in real time was actually quite impressive, just to say the least, when it came to the performance. The 2 gigs of RAM wasn't anything that I would be belly aching or complaining about. It also had 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and you can see here that the Google Maps was actually one of my go-tos. It was quite smooth and there wasn't any lags or hiccups when I was trying to get to my destination. So basically, all I could say is that the 2 gigs of RAM was enough. Also, when I was entering in that 3.5 millimeter head jack inside of the insert, I could actually get 3D surround sound, which was quite impressive, just to say the least. Also, there was a file sharing mode and a whole ton of features such as battery saver, which would let you maximize the battery throughout the day, and you can actually click a do not disturb option here so you wouldn't get notifications. So you also got data saver, which allowed you to have minimal loading of apps in the background, which saved a ton of battery. Also, there was this double press to power button feature, which actually opened up the camera pretty quickly. So you had a ton of shortcuts to choose from, including this option here, which was double press on the right, and you get a full vision display in apps. Now, they did have an optimization feature built right inside of the phone, so I would probably press that like one time a week just to clean up some of the memory. Also, there was a ton of shortcuts and features inside of the LG Stylo 4, like the double press when the screen is locked and get the camera, as well as the double press on the volume button to get to the memo. Also, you could pull out the pen and take notes right on the screen, which came in handy quite often when I was working or just trying to jot down a quick phone number. Now, when I was using multitasking with the dual window, it was smooth as butter. The performance didn't lack in any way possible, and I was able to access both of the apps that I wanted to use at the same time. I saw myself taking a ton of notes inside of the quick memo with all the features that it had to offer, including reminders, which would let you set the date, time, and day for scheduled events of the evening or daytime. I didn't find myself using the Q slides as much as I could have, but it was a great feature to have on the LG Stylo 4 for getting to your contacts or just making a phone call. Now, let's just admire the 13 megapixel camera, fingerprint with the flash on the back, and the metal frame along with the supposedly 2.5 arc glass, which a lot of people had mentioned in the videos that they were plastic. Now, the front-facing camera did take some pretty good footage with steady recording, so there wasn't any shakiness or distortion or like anything like that. Everything looked really good when taking footage on the rear-facing camera, 13 megapixel as well. As you can see here, I was able to zoom in and zoom out and capture moving objects close by without any distortion or blurriness. Now here are some shots on the camera front and back. There's one in the low light and one in daytime. So I was getting some really great camera shots along with footage right here on the front camera as well, and this was a great phone just to use when it came to the cameras. Nothing it's not the best one in the world, but it definitely took some really great footage, just to say the least. Now you can see here the rear facing camera did capture some nice shots in the daytime indoors with a well-lit surrounding. As you can see here, it's not going to be like the Note 8 or anything like that when it comes to the cameras, or the Google Pixel 2 XL, but for regular footage and snapping, it's a great phone to document memories with. I did have a great time, and I was loving the footage of the cameras. The 13 megapixel was taking some really clear and crispy shots. Overall, the LG Stylo 4 is a phone I could definitely recommend, especially with me being a heavy user. I could recommend it to the medium or light user as well. Now, when it came to the gameplay on the LG Stylo 4, there was a bunch of game settings built right in. Like, you could turn off the notifications. Also, you can adjust the frame rate in games, take a screenshot, and a few other options, like take a break, in which it would actually save battery in between gameplay. So you weren't going to experience heavy drain of the battery if you put that option on, along with these home touch buttons which disappeared when you actually pressed them. Now, when it came to PUBG, which is a high graphics intensive game, the LG Stylo 4 was able to handle it in every way possible. Now, I wasn't disappointed whatsoever, and it actually looked crystal clear, and the screen was just a joy to use when playing the PUBG on the LG Stylo 4. Now, it also had a built-in equalizer which lets you customize the different types of sounds that you want to come out of the device, along with the 3D surround sound. So it did give you some good options there, as well as facial recognition, which would let you scan your face to actually unlock the device, along with the fingerprint sensor. As you can see here, I was averaging about 5 to 7 hours SOT and 2 days of use, which was about 48 hours or more without charge. I would highly recommend this device, especially since all you have to do is plug it with that Type-C connector, reversible on both sides, and get super quick charging times. Now, as you can see, the YouTube did have an option for checking out video in 18:9 ratio, which looked amazing when watching YouTube or just watching Netflix. You can see that high resolution at 1080 pixels per inch. Now, the sound that came out of the LG Stylo 4 bottom firing speakers was quite impressive and an improvement over the LG Stylo 3 Plus last year, which was quite tinny. However, they did actually make some improvements. Not the best ones in the world, but the actual sound coming out was better. Now, if you liked this video and you found it helpful, definitely click that like button. Definitely subscribe and hit the bell as well for more videos just like this if you enjoyed it. In the meantime, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending where you are, have a great night. Peace.